Assalamualaikum students. Hope you're doing good. So student, first of all, mark your attendance in the chat box. So students, as we have completed unit 2, we have done all the exercise questions and problems as well. So today we just recap the unit 2. We'll just recap the unit 2, right? Because so if you just take start from topic 2.1, that is rest and motion. So you all of know that what is rest. If the body is not changing its position with respect to its surrounding, then we can say that the body is in state of rest. So you can find a lot of example regarding rest in your daily life. If you see the books, the books they are placing, your computer, nobody's touching them and nobody's moving them, they are in state of rest, right? Similarly, if a body is said to be in state of motion, if it's changed its position with respect to its surrounding. So the mostly the moving bodies, we are seeing that they are in state of motion, right? If you see the motion of an insect, it's in an insect is moving, it is in state of motion. If a man is walking outside on the road, we can say that he is in state of motion. If the bus is moving on the road, you can say that the bus is in state of motion. If the bus is standing, so you can say that the bus is in state of rest. So this is very quite difference between state of rest and motion. But in some cases, we can say that the motion, rest and motion, they are relative bodies to each other. So how we can say that they are relative to each other? Let's say if a passenger is sitting in a moving bus, so this passenger is not changing his position with respect to the other passengers, right? So we can say that this passenger is in state of rest in a bus, right? But if some observer is standing outside in the bus, we can so according to this observer, he can say that the passenger is in state of motion. So in this way, we can say that we can relate state of rest and motion in some cases, right? Then we have already discussed different types of motion, and you know that there are three types of motions. One is translatory motion, other one is rotatory motion, and the third one is vibratory motion, right? So translatory motions has further three types: linear, random, and circular. First of all, we will discuss about the translatory motion. So if the body is moving along a straight line without any rotation, we can say that the body is in state of translatory motion, and that line may be straight or a curve. It will be a straight, it will be a curve, but there is no rotation in these lines. So we can say that the body is in state of translatory motion. Then the first type is linear motion. Linear motion come under the category of translatory motion. So from the word you can easily conclude that what is linear motion. If the body is moving in a straight line, you can say that these objects are having a linear motion. And you can find a lot of examples of linear motion in your daily life, right? So first of all, I tell you that in the example of translatory motion, we can give the example of a Ferris wheel. See, if you see the figure 2.4, there is a translatory motion of Ferris wheel. So when it is moving, it will move in a circular path without any rotation. Means it's not rotating around its own axis, but it is moving in a curved path, right? This is basically a curved path without any rotation. So we can say that this is an example of a translatory motion. Now, if you see figure 2.5, there is a ball over there, and if we just throw it in a downward direction, it will be moved in this direction, right? It will be coming down toward the earth in a straight line. So we can say that this object has a translatory motion, and specifically linear motion, because it's coming in a straight line toward the earth, right? Then we have a circular motion. In circular motion, as you see, with its title, you can say that if the objects they are moving in a circular path, we can say that these objects have a circular motion, right? So if you consider example 2.6, what you have to do, you just have to take any stone and tie it with a string is any kind of thread or rope, right? And you and this is if you're standing over here and you just move your stone, it will be moving in a circular path. So this stone actually having a circular motion, right? Then you see, if you see figure 2.7, there is a toy train, and when you and it is and when you just switch it on with the help of a, it has some battery inside it, and we just switch it on, it just moving in a on this track in a circular path, because we have defined this circular path for this toy train. So this is also an example of a circular motion. So all these objects that are moving in a circular path, they are actually having a circular motion, right? So the third type of translatory motion is a random motion. What is random motion? If there is any disordered or irregular motion of an object, we can say that the object has a random motion, right? If you see the movement of the insects, they are not following the same path, they are moving here and there, so they have a random motion. Similarly, if you take the example of a butterfly also having a random motion. Even as a human being, we also have a random motion if you are not following any straight path or any circular path. So a very common example is a random motion for gas molecules. So gas molecules, they are not moving in a specific path, but their motion is random, which is known as a Brownian motion. So this is also an example of a random motion. So these are the three types of translatory motions. One is linear motion, second one is circular motion, and the third is random motion, right? Now, the second motion is basically a rotatory motion. So,
Gulu, gulu, gulu. दिमाग घोटा ऐसे ही तुम बुढ़े होते रहोगे उससे क्या मतलब बताओ